یا حبیب اللہ. وہ سوئے لال زار پھرتے ہیں، وہ سوئے لال زار پھرتے ہیں، وہ سوئے لال زار پھرتے ہیں، وہ سوئے لال زار پھرتے ہیں. تیرے دن اے بہار پھرتے ہیں، تیرے دن اے بہار پھرتے ہیں. جو تیرے در سے یار پھرتے ہیں، جو تیرے در سے یار پھرتے ہیں، در بدر یوں ہی خار پھرتے ہیں، در بدر یوں ہی خار پھرتے ہیں. اس گلی کا گدا ہوں میں جس میں، اس گلی کا گدا ہوں میں جس میں، مانگتے تاجدار پھرتے ہیں، مانگتے تاجدار پھرتے ہیں. ہائے غافل وہ کیا جگہ ہے جہاں، ہائے غافل وہ کیا جگہ ہے جہاں، پانچ جاتے ہیں چار پھرتے ہیں، پانچ جاتے ہیں چار پھرتے ہیں. لاکھوں قدسی ہے کام خدمت پر، لاکھوں قدسی ہے کام خدمت پر، اور لاکھوں پروانہ وار پھرتے ہیں، لاکھوں پروانہ وار پھرتے ہیں. کوئی پوچھے کیوں تیری بات ذرا رضا، کوئی پوچھے کیوں تیری بات رضا، تجھ سے شیدا ہزار پھرتے ہیں، تجھ سے کتنے ہزار پھرتے ہیں. وہ سوئے لال زار پھرتے ہیں، تیرے دن اے بہار پھرتے ہیں.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله.
The Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, whoever recites the wish upon me once, Allah Azza wa Jalla will send 10 mercies upon him. صلوا على الحبيب
صلى الله تعالى على
Inshallah Azza wa Jalla will make some intentions before continuing on with the speech, and inshallah Azza wa Jalla, the more intention we have, the more reward we will attain. Inshallah Azza wa Jalla, we will attend this ijtima for the pleasure of Allah and His beloved Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and to attain reward inshallah Azza wa Jalla. We will, whatever we learn in this gathering, inshallah Azza wa Jalla, will act upon it ourselves first, and then inshallah Azza wa Jalla, we will pass this on to others inshallah Azza wa Jalla. We will try our utmost best to stay until the end. If it's possible for us, we will do zikr and dua, and then inshallah Azza wa Jal, at the end we will meet our brothers, and we will meet them with a smile on our face, and we will invite them towards the Madri Namaz and the Madri Qafila inshallah Azza wa Jal. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It is mentioned in the Maktabat al-Madina book, which is covered in 2 volumes. It is on the page 237 of Ayun al-Haqayat, that this book has been printed by Maktabat al-Madina, and inshallah all of you, it's a really interesting book. It's a book which has different stories of the Christ predecessors and covers different things. And normally what will happen with us is that we have an interest in reading books which are to do with just stories. Why it becomes difficult for us is to understand Masail or understand Quran and Hadith. Then with regarding this, it is not that difficult. It's just a person can quickly and flow and enjoyingly he will go through this book inshallah. If a person makes an effort, especially it will be only for those who can read Urdu, because this book hasn't been translated into English yet. Then if those who can read Urdu, then they should make an effort and learn it, and inshallah just by reading this book inshallah this will bring a great change into that person's individual life as well inshallah. It is mentioned in this book that Sayyidina Ubaidullah bin Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu says that he would always, which is a habit, that he would read namaz, Isha namaz with Jamaat. He would make a habit, this was his habit, that he would never miss Isha namaz with Jamaat. But once, what had happened, that his guest had come and he was serving them, he was giving them and looking after them, doing that, and he was in this habit, he was doing this, and then later on he realized it was Isha time. He quickly rushed towards the Isha namaz with Jamaat, and he realized, oh damn, I missed my namaz with Jamaat. Then he thought to himself, as it is mentioned in hadith, is that the reward of a person reading namaz with Jamaat is 21. In a hadith is mentioned in 21 times, 25 times, 27 times, which is more. And then he went home and he read this namaz, this Isha namaz, 27 times. He read this the same one namaz 27 times. And then he went to sleep, and he was on a horse, and he was riding horse, and there was other horse riders which were going. And the other horse rider one other horse rider said to him, why are you putting a burden upon this horse? You cannot join us. You was not with us in Isha Jamaat. You was not with us in Isha Namaz. Then do not burden this animal by coming with us. Then we realize what has happened. Then, my dear family, from this story, we should realize the importance of reading namaz, reading all our namaz with jamaat. As it is mentioned in this narration, namaz, reading one namaz with jamaat is 27 times more rewarded than reading it on his own. Then we should make a habit and read a habit of reading namaz in the masjid with jamaat. And if the masjid is close by, a walking distance, or if a person can drive there as well, then would be wajib for that individual to read namaz with jamaat. As it is mentioned in Surah Mu'minun, Surah 28, as Allah Azza wa Jal has said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tulhikum amwalakum wa la awladukum an dhikrillah وَمَنْ يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. Tarjuma Kanzul Iman. O you who believe, may not your wealth, your children prevent you from the zikr of Allah Azza wa Jal, and those who do are in a great loss. As the commentators of the Quran speaking regarding the zikrullah, the remembrance of Allah, here it is meant by this zikrullah is the 5 times namaz. Here it is to do this, and a person who leaves his 5 times namaz due to his wealth or due to his awlad, then he is indeed in a loss. Then it is mentioned in another ayat in Surah Mudassir, Surah 29, as it is mentioned regarding the namaz, the translation from Kanzul Iman, and what has took you to the fire of hell? What has took you to the fire of hell? And they replied, we used to not offer our salah, and we used to not offer our salah. As the Holy Prophet ﷺ has mentioned in Jami Tirmizi regarding the first questioning on the Day of Judgment, what will be the first questioning? And the Prophet ﷺ has said, إن أول ما يحاسبكم به اليوم القيامة من عمل صلاته. It is mentioned the thing that a person will be questioned or asked regarding on the Day of Judgment. The person will be asked on the Day of Judgment will be his action of namaz. The first questioning, and it carries on, the hadith carries on, and it says, فَإِنَّ صَلُحَتْ فَقَدْ أَفْلَحْ. And those who are successful, and those who are correct in this, they are successful. And those who are not successful in this, and they have lost, they are in loss in this. And my dear Islamers, from this hadith, we realize how important our namaz is for us. How important it is. It will be the first question for us. And if we're not successful in this, then what will happen to us? What will be our outcome? Where will we be going? My dear Islamers, our salvation lies in our namaz. And salvation lies in our namaz. If we read namaz, if we make a habit of reading namaz, if we are reading namaz on a regular basis, reading it with jamaat on a regular basis, then we can say we're going to be amongst those who are amongst the salvation ones. But if we're not, if we haven't made a habit of reading namaz with jamaat, then what can we say? Where are we going to be? Who are we going to be with? And why are we missing it? Like Amir al-Sunnat has mentioned in Rosa Salah, are we going to be with Haman or Qarun or Fir'aun? Are we going to be with these individuals? Because of us not reading our namaz, because of us missing our namaz, will we be with those individuals? As Amir al-Sunnat mentioned in Rosa Salah, then are we going to be with these individuals? Or are we going to be with the individual, those who used to read namaz? who would have a individual who would be punctual in reading namaz with Jama'at, and they would have grief, as it is mentioned in by the pious predecessors. They would be grieving when they would miss namaz with Jama'at. They would have grief, they would be sorrowful in it. If we miss Jama'at, do we care about it? When was the last time we actually missed namaz with Jama'at and we actually felt regretful? When was the last time, Allah forbid, if we missed the namaz, were we actually regretful? Or we thought, oh, okay, that's fine, we just missed it, we'll do qaza of it. Is that actually being regretful about the sins, or we just think that we can just make up for it, it's just a noble habit use? We need to realize these things, where does our importance lies. If we're on travel, if we're traveling, and we will miss our namaz. If we're with our friends, we'll miss our namaz. If we're doing something, if we're in a sorrowful state, we'll miss our namaz. If we're in a happyful state, we'll miss our namaz. Where is our priority? Where is our priority? Where does our priority lies? Is our priority lies if we have some free time, then we'll read namaz. We'll read namaz. But if we don't have any priority, if we got some things to do, I've got to meet my friend, I've got to do this, then it's, I'll make it up, I'll do qaza of it, I'll do qaza of it, that's it. I'm still reading, but are you reading? Is it that if you miss, hasn't this narration come past us that the one who deliberately misses namaz once, his name will go on the door of hell which he will walk through? Have we not covered these things? Have we not gone through these narrations? If we have, then we need to realize that what is important for us, what is the main thing for us, what do we need to do first? Is it that we make priorities in the normal state, but when we're happy, sad, or in other states we forget about it? Then, my dear Islam brothers, we should realize in this, as the importance of the Jama'at is mentioned in Surah Baqarah, ayat 43, وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَأَتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَارْكَعُوا مَعَ الرَّاكِعِينَ, and keep the prayer established and give charity and do ruku with those who do ruku, or those who bow. Then here it is telling us that we should pray together, and then there's many hadiths which have been mentioned of reading namaz with Jama'at, reading namaz. There's so many hadiths covers just reading namaz, the fazal of just reading namaz. Then today, inshallah, I'm going to try to cover those hadiths in the virtues of reading namaz with Jama'at. As Hazrat Usman radiyallahu ta'ala anhu says, Man salla al-isha fil jama'ati kana kal-qa'ima nisf al-layl. The one who reads Isha namaz, then it is like that he has prayed half of the night. And then he carried on, Man salla al-isha wal-fajr fi jama'ati kana qiyam layl. Now the one who recites Isha and Fajr, it is like that he has prayed he has stood in Qiyam for the whole night.
Subhanallah.
Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu says, Man salla fil masjid jama'atan arba'ina laylatan la tafutu raq'at al-awwal min salat al-isha. The one who recites Isha namaz for 40 days and his first his takbir ula is not lost, then كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَهُ إِتْقًا مِنَ النَّارِ. Then Allah Azza wa Jal will write down for him, he is freed from the fire.
Subhanallah.
Then it is mentioned in Bukhari Sharif, Hazrat Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu ta'ala who says that the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam said, the namaz, salatul jama'ati تفضل صلاة الفرد ب27 درجة. The one who recites namaz with Jamaat is 27 times more in rank than the one who recites it alone. Then my dear Islam brothers, we should make a habit of reading namaz with Jamaat. In another narration, Hazrat Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu says that none of us would remain back from namaz illa munafiqan, illa except for a munafiq or an open munafiq, or maridun. And then it carries on with the narration, and the marid, the ill person, would come in such a state, he would be standing between the two people and walking towards the namaz. The ill person would be in such a state that he would be walking between two people and then he would reach namaz like this. This is how the Sahaba Ikram, and it continues and says that know that this is a Sunnatul Huda, that Sunnatul Huda is to read namaz in the masjid when the azan is, after the azan has been given. Then in another narration, the Hazrat Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiyallahu ta'ala who says regarding reading namaz with Jamaat, and he says, وَمَا مِنْ رَجُلٍ يُطَهَّرُ فَيُسِحْسِنُ طُهُورٌ, and the one who performs taharat in a good way, ثُمَّ يُؤَمِّدُ فِي الْمَسْجِدِ, and the one who makes the intention of going towards the masjid, then كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لِكُلِّ خُطُوَةٍ يَخْطُوهَا, and Allah Azza wa Jal will raise his sins, and وَيَرْفَعُ دَرَجَاتٍ, then he will raise his rank, and he will forgive his sins. Then this is for the person for traveling. For each step a person does this, he will be rewarded for like this. And my dear Islam brothers, a person should make a habit of doing wudu at home and then walking towards the masjid. In another narration, which is mentioned by Hazrat Usman radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, Hazrat Usman says, the one who does wudu in a complete way, and then summa masha ila salati, and then he goes towards a namaz which is farz upon him, and he reads it with the jama'at, then غُفِرَ لَهُ ذَنْبَهُ, then Allah Azza wa Jal will forgive his sins. Allah Azza wa Jal will forgive his sins. In another narration, that Hazrat Anas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, Hazrat Anas says, Man salla lillahi arba'ina yawman fi jama'atin yudrikul takbirul awla kutiba lahu bara'atain. The one who recites, the one who reads 40, whoever reads Jama'at for 40 days, and he gains the first rakat as well with it, then Allah Azza wa Jal will free him from two freedoms. One, the bara'atu minan nar, freedom from the fire, and bara'atu minan nifaq, and the freedom from nifaq, meaning hypocrisy. Then my dear Islam, these are the benefits of reading namaz with Jama'at, and there are many more narration which we could mention. Hadith ulama have written in their books hadith and the fazail of reading namaz with Jamaat, and we should all make it a habit of reading namaz with Jamaat. It is mentioned that Sayyidina Hazrat Maymuna bin Mirhan came to the masjid, and he was informed that the namaz with Jamaat had been completed, namaz with Jamaat was finished, and then he straight away replied saying, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, that indeed in my sight the excellence of salah is better than ruling over Iraq. Hazrat Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu ta'ala who says regarding his father, that Hazrat Umar radiyallahu ta'ala who went once to his orchard, and he was there, and when he went to the masjid, and he realized that he had missed his namaz, he had missed his namaz with Jama'at, and then he went back and said, I give this orchard in the way of Allah, I give it in the way of sadaqah. He gave all of this in the way of in sadaqah just because he missed is namaz with jamaat, in the asr namaz with jamaat. This is how much love our predecessors, how our pious predecessors would have love for reading namaz with jamaat. Then we should all have it amongst ourselves that create this love in our heart for reading namaz with jamaat. The thing is, we might realize that sometimes we don't want to do something and it's difficult for us. And reading namaz with jamaat, the shaitan will allow us, because there's so much reward in this that he will not let us. There's many benefits. One of the benefits of reading namaz is that if one person's namaz with jamaat is accepted, then everybody's namaz is accepted. Then shaitan will not allow us to read namaz with jamaat, because he doesn't want these blessings and virtues for us to attain this. And one amazing and brilliant way of doing this, to get ourselves into the habit, of reading namaz. Because a person, he might go once, then he might get tired and say, okay, I'll read at home. I'll read this namaz at home. Then I'll try the next namaz. Then the thing is, he won't get the continuality in this, that one time he'll go and then one time he won't and stuff like that. And one brilliant way of getting himself in the way is that if he goes to the Madani Qafilas, only thing he will be doing, he'll be in the masjid, he'll be reading only namaz with jamaat. He'll feel this sukoon, he'll feel this tranquility, this peace in the masjid, and he's reading all his namaz with jamaat. Then after 3 days of continuously reading namaz with jamaat, then he'll be in this habit of reading namaz with jamaat. He will be in the habit of reading namaz with jama'at. Then when he comes back, he'll have this jazba. Of reading namaz with jama'at. Then when he comes back, he'll go straight away. Whether it's Maghrib namaz when he comes back, or whether it's Isha namaz when he comes back at first namaz, what he will want to do is he'll go straight to the masjid and say he will read the Isha with jama'at. Because he's already in the routine. He's in the routine of reading namaz. And then even then, he'll wake up for Fajr thinking, I want to go to the masjid. I want to read namaz in the masjid with jama'at. Then this thing will be established in his heart that I want to read these namazes now in the namaz. And when he gets into an habit, then that will become really easy for him now. And another thing which a person needs to keep in mind, and how he can develop of reading, is the keeping these virtues in his mind. When a person has all these virtues in his mind regarding jama'at, when he gets lazy, read them. When he reads these virtues, then he will see, how can I miss out on this virtue. Then inshallah he will want to go to the masjid. As one of our teachers would say, that it was in his mind that the 40 days, I'm going to read my 40 namazes for 40 days continuously to get this fazilah. It was in his mindset. He actually told us that he was in his mindset that I want to read and gain this virtue, and he would do this. Do it once, then think to yourself, after you've done it, think to yourself, what if I made such and such mistake? What if I made such and such mistake and that's not happened? Then try again. Then again, and then again. Keep these virtues again and over again. And then a person will be in the habit then of going to the masjid. And then sometimes it will be that now it becomes its nature to go to the masjid. But a person should remember that when it becomes his nature, he shouldn't be doing such an action just because of his habit. Okay, it shouldn't be that he's doing an action because it's become his habit now. It's become a habit that I'm gonna go to the masjid and read namaz. Then his intention of reward should be there as well. His intention, like the way Dawat Islam is telling us, all our intentions, all our things should be there. Our intentions. This is why Nabi Sunnah is always emphasizing on intentions. Always intention. If our intention is not there, then we won't be rewarded for our actions. then a person shouldn't be doing an action just because of his habit. For example, it's his habit of drinking water with sitting down and with his right hand. Now, if it's just his habit now, then he won't be rewarded for it because it's his habit, and he hasn't got any mindset that I'm acting upon the sunnah anymore. If he's not acting upon the sunnah, his intention of not acting upon the sunnah, now it's becoming his habit, then where's the reward of the intention is gone, the reward of the acting upon the sunnah is not gone because it's not there. Then these things should be in a person's mind when he's doing these actions, because we don't want to lose out on our reward as well. Okay, we don't want to lose out on our rewards. Then keeping all these things in mind, then we should do our ibadat, and especially we should all make a habit that we should read namaz with jama'at as much as possible. If it's possible, we should always, if it's possible, if it's in our locality and we can get there, then fine, we should all make a habit of making effort of going to the masjid and reading namaz with jama'at. And another brilliant way, remember, a person who reads Fajr namaz, with Jamaat, he will definitely, if a person gets himself in a habit of reading Fajr namaz with Jamaat, then all the other namazes, he'll be in a habit for it. He'll get there for the other namazes. The Fajr namazi is a namazi of all namaz. Then if a person makes a habit, start off reading Fajr namaz, he should read all of them, but if a person gets into the habit, then he'll be doing that all the time. Sallu ala al-Habib. Allah give us ability to act upon this, and Allah give us the ability to read our namaz with jama'at every day and all the time, and Allah give us ability to act upon all of this. Sallu ala al-Habib.
Sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.